Hey, so today I am out at Curry and Braden's and I am installing pocket door handles. So pocket door handles are fairly simple. Yes, we have some scratch paint that I need to touch up, but they're fairly simple if the directions are correct. Unfortunately, I made a mistake. I went by the instructions on the Amazon listing because whenever I went to install them, the instructions were not in the box. So I made a mistake, but I was able to fix it. All good. You'll never know unless you are watching this video and I tell you that there's a mistake. Basically, I got this one done, and now then I have to do their door, and then I have to go do one on Greenlee's bathroom door, and then one on their bedroom door, or their bathroom door.
Okay, so raise your hand if you're cringing right now. I know how much you all cringed whenever I drilled holes in the cabinets, so I can only imagine how you're feeling watching me cut out big holes in the doors. Personally, I think this is a two-person job because it's really nice to have someone there to hold the vacuum, the shop vac, while you're drilling or cutting. That way you're not making such a mess. Y'all check out this beautiful rainstorm we're having.
So today, Curry and I have been out here doing a few little things. She wanted to get toilet paper holders on and towel bars. And the best part, we got little Greenlee's bed set up, and this room is gonna be so super cute. Can't wait to get this all finished out for them.
Mike took on all the mowing this week. That way I could be helping Curry out at the house a lot.
So we've become a bit lazy here on the farm. Now let me show you just what I mean by this. I mean, why not? This is how we roll. Right, Greenie? This is how we roll.
This is obviously in fast motion because I promise I'm going extra slow and being very careful because we have Greenlee on here. Had I done this in regular time, it would have taken forever to have gotten out here. So we got the towel bars and the mirror hung, and the mirror looks a little high and a little small. So I think Curry went ahead and ordered a little bit larger mirror. So we'll switch that out as soon as it comes in. Okay, so I want to have a little talky talk with you guys. We have had a lot of questions and concerns about Curry and Braden's house, the structure of it, the stability of it, and all. It is as safe as it can possibly be. It has been passed by 3 different county inspectors, and funny story here in just a second that I will share with you about that. But in case you missed it, in one of the episodes of Flipping the Farm, we showed that Mike and Braden installed these tornado, or actually I think these were hurricane straps. They can withstand tornadic winds, hurricane winds, whatever. But we have 6 of these anchoring the house down. And then the house itself is sitting up on these piers. And, you know, it's kind of like you think of a trailer house or mobile home. They are able to do this with these type of homes as well. There's so much stinking weight on this house that, you know, if a tornado does come through, it's taking our house out as well. I mean, it's just going to hit what it hits, and it is what it is. Most likely, if there is tornadic weather lurking, Curry and Braden are going to come to our house. We do plan on getting a storm shelter, and hopefully sooner than later that'll happen, because we are approaching tornado season, and that's always scary. You know, back when we lived in Texas, there was a threat of tornadoes there all the time. I mean, we constantly had bad weather there too. So it's not an avoidable thing, but it is what it is. Okay, so I mentioned funny story about the county, inspectors, all that jazz. We have not shared a lot of this with you guys just because it's a little frustrating to talk about. We don't want to bore you with it all, but I am going to share today. So we have jumped through so many stinking hoops to sell Curry and Braden some of our land. We wanted to sell them 1 acre so that they could have their house out here and kind of live the farm life with us. And this is just, you know, Curry is a minimalist. Braden has become a minimalist. Tiny home. And this is not even a true tiny home. I mean, it's decent size. It's perfect. I think they're going to be so incredibly happy here. But all that to say, whenever the inspectors come out and inspect, they have all been on the same page, so we thought, until Friday. We had a wrench thrown in the works. An inspector was out here checking some things out because there was a little bit of a red flag on their paperwork. Mike has been in touch with he's had the same contact person the whole time. Her name's Lisa. She's been wonderful, worked with us on a lot of things. We found out we have to sell them more than an acre, almost an acre and a half. Totally fine. But in order to do that, we have to have our land, which is already in a subdivision, subdivided. So we have 5 acres. We want to sell them 1.5 acres. We have to subdivide our land. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So therefore, we have had to post this big, huge, ugly yellow sign, a public notice to all the neighbors stating that we are subdividing our land. We didn't have to do this, but we chose to do this. Mike went around to most all of the neighbors with the paper and explained what we're doing. We are not putting a subdivision out here. We're not going to be selling off plots. We're simply selling a plot of land, acre and a half, to Curry and Braden so that they can live happily ever after out here. Okay, that's one of the things we had to do. We had to put a notification in the Tulsa World. There's a city hall meeting about it. We had to have our land subdivided, so abstractors are involved, surveys, this, that. There is a lot of hoops to jump through, and I mean, it's totally fine for this house to be here. It's just selling our land. So it's so crazy. That's part of the process and why it has taken so long for things. But sorry if I'm ranting. Hang with me, okay? Friday, the inspector's here, and he's like, okay, I got this new thing. We thought that this was a mobile home. This is not a mobile home. And I was like, no, it's a shed. So this only came up in their meeting on Thursday that this is not a mobile home. It is a shed. The gal Lisa that I mentioned that Mike's been in contact with knew that, but 3 inspectors missed that. Every time they came out here, they passed everything thinking that it was a mobile home. So curveball. Okay, now then they are saying that this house has to be on a solid foundation, as in a cement slab. Guys, seriously? How did you miss this? Or here's our other option. Well, they gave us two options, but the first one, cray cray. One of our options was to get a crane, lift this sucker up, pour a foundation underneath. Not happening, because all of the plumbing is done and it's in the ground already. They said, we're not gonna make you tear this place down and start over. We are gonna work with you. We're gonna figure this out, but something has to be done. A designated crawl space has to happen under this house. We had already planned to skirt this thing maybe this week, starting this week. That was kind of the plan. But now then, we have to do something else. Here's what has to happen, and this is a big deal. So, we have to build a cinder block wall on the perimeter of the house. Okay, so we're just gonna continue it. This was what the inspectors approved that we get to do. We have to build a cinder block wall all the way around the perimeter of the house and then skirt it, which we totally plan to do anyways. We've got some ideas that we're bouncing around, trying to figure out exactly how we're gonna do all this. But you guys, the process of it all has been very, very stressful, incredibly stressful. So that's where we're at right now. They said, keep moving forward, keep doing what you're doing. You can move in, live in it, all that jazz. Just get this cinder block designated crawl space done. No time frame, they're not pushing us. They're gonna work with us on that, but holy cow, one more setback in our big plan. But it's all gonna work out. It's all gonna be good. God is always with us through all these things. And trust me, I have had to lean on him a lot because I have been incredibly frustrated through a lot of this. The wiring, I don't even want to get into all that, but you guys, it takes a whole heck of a lot to make me mad. And I've been real mad a lot these last few months, weeks. But we're getting through it. It's gonna all be good. And so anyways, thank you for listening to my 9-minute rant. Because we've had so many buried treasures here on the farm, and we'll be mowing and all of a sudden we'll hit something, like a T-post that's buried in the ground, or a chain or a pipe or something along those lines, it has damaged the front of the mower and caused this piece of metal to hang down and drag when we mow. So he's just cutting that sucker off. Who needs it? Spray foam has arrived. One more thing getting checked off the list out here at Curry and Braden's house. These guys did a great job. They got here really quick, took care of things. This is going to be super great for insulation purposes, for weather as well as sound barrier. They recommended that we wrap the pipes and PEX that are up underneath there, so we still need to do that. Mike decided to go out and take on the barbed wire fence that you see here. It is just old, and the horses and cattle over the years have stretched it. It really was not even serving a purpose. So he and the neighbor talked it over, and the neighbor was totally fine with us removing it. So that's what we're doing here. Well, he's doing, and I'll be out in a little bit to help, but he's just gonna cut it and then I'm gonna roll it. So Mike has been out here working really hard on getting all this barbed wire off the fence. I just had a really cool idea pop in my head. I've done this before, but I was thinking how cool it would be to use this barbed wire to make some barbed wire crosses, and then you, the viewers, could order them and you would have a piece of the farm.
I don't know. I think it's a cool idea. So if you like that idea and would be interested, how about you drop a comment below? Let me know what you think. Barbed wire crosses. Here's what we've got so far. And of course, he is working on down the fence line. There's still a lot laying there. So we're gonna be rolling wire for a little bit, but we're gonna get this fence line cleaned up. And then future plans are to weld all this fencing and make it look beautiful to match, semi-match the front of our property with the big black fence up front. I decided to show you a little sample example of my barbed wire cross. I think it's pretty cool. I brought that cross in that I whipped up and stuck it on my shelf in the kitchen. Hello.
Hey, end of another week.
I'm clean, he's dirty.
Yeah, I love how these television shows, they go and get showers and makeup and do their hair and
Did my hair nice and
I
wet.
just sit down after work and be like, hey, this is it. This is what you get. So it was a good week. I think Karen and Curry and Braden did a lot of things out at their house, which was pretty cool. And I feel like I just mowed. I mowed and trimmed and mowed and cut trees and trimmed some more. And it seemed like a lot of outside stuff that needed to get done this week. Fixed the mower and did some stuff today that, as Karen said, it was this week's was a little long. Somebody got, got a little
chatty Cathy this
frustrated
week.
And vented to you guys, and I'm sure she'll appreciate all those positive comments that you always put on there. So it's just been a good week.
Yeah. For real, you guys, those crosses that I was showing you earlier, the barbed wire crosses, if you're interested in one, let me know. I'm gonna try to figure out like a way to get those shipped to people if they really truly want to order one. I'm always
She's good like that.
I just always like to be doing something, and because I can't be in my studio working just yet, I thought this might be a fun thing that I could do outside or wherever.
Yeah, so that'd be good. And you might, I don't know, you might have seen on some of the videos, there's some gates. I think tomorrow I'm going to go out and help Colby, if the weather cooperates, go out to the house that he's been working on for a while now and put some gates in all the openings, and that should be pretty cool. And we're watching Braden pull up. But anyway, I don't have much else to say. It's been a pretty good week. She did a lot of talking this week anyway.
Yeah, I think it's been cool that so many things are moving forward with their house. They're just this much closer. We're still waiting on PSO, and hopefully, maybe, at the end of next week, they will show up for us, or maybe earlier, and dig that line and get us connected so that Curry and Braden can get on out there. I know they're very excited and anxious. It's been fun setting up Greenlee's stuff and just helping them slowly unpack a few boxes here and there. But
yeah, like our phrase constantly is little by little by little. That's kind of where they're at right now, and we're moving on with different projects around here, so we may hit some bigger things sooner than later, but right now it's just all this little stuff. But you guys live in your houses, so you do the exact same thing, always getting little things done when you can. So
yep, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment, and we will see you guys next week.
That's right. God bless.
If this is your first time catching our vlog, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. If you'd like to get caught up, you can do so by clicking on the playlist that you see here on the screen. If you are a repeat viewer, you know how much we love you guys and appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope you have a blessed weekend.